Time now for Night Courts. The production companies behind the hit show Property Brothers are in the hot seat tonight after a Las Vegas couple claims the home makeover that they got was not the one that they were promised. Mindy and Paul King are taking the production company Cineflex to court, arguing the contractors who worked the job gave them a home full of building code violations instead of the home of their dreams. But the production company says the couple never allowed the mistakes to be addressed or fixed. Let's bring in tonight's Legal Eagles, civil rights attorney Robert Patillo and attorney Erin Elmore. Great to have you both with us.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.
Let's start with Exhibit A. This comes from the complaint. It says Cineflex made affirmative representations to Mr. and Mrs. King that only an expert HGTV quality contractor would be hired to perform the work. This promise went unfulfilled as Villa Construction's work product and plaintiff's own investigation later revealed Villa Construction was inexperienced and not an expert in any regard. Erin.
Unfortunately for the Kings, who I'm sure are a lovely couple, they did not enter a legally binding contract. There was no offer, acceptance, and consideration because no money was exchanged. Moreover, this is a reality show. This wasn't a deal for contracting. They were performers. So their contract was for performance. Therefore, they have no cause of action for any legal remedy whatsoever.
They are certainly pursuing it, though, Robert, which takes us to Exhibit B. Now, a lawyer for the Property Brothers says, by the way, they're not individually being named as defendants in this thing. These are the production companies behind the show. They say the Kings have rejected Cineflex and Villa's reasonable attempts to remedy the remaining punch list items in the Kings' home. Instead, in what appears to be an attempt to secure a substantial monetary settlement, the Kings have engaged in a negative publicity campaign against the brothers. They say they wanted to try to make things right. They've been denied access to the home or to be able to make those repairs. Robert.
Well, if you dig down into the complaint, what they are saying is they are trying to send the same substandard contractors to fix the same substandard work that they already broke in the first place. So,
Exhibit C, this is also part of the complaint from the plaintiffs. They say during construction, the electrical subcontractor made defendants aware of the shortcuts that were being taken by defendant Villa Construction, shortcuts which were creating several blatant and dangerous violations. Despite being aware of the issues present and holding the power to make the changes necessary to remedy these issues, nothing was done. Erin, they say the production companies were notified about the problems as they were happening and didn't fix them.
It looks like the plaintiffs want to indicate that the production company did know about all of these defects. However, this looks like they have the wrong defendant. The Property Brothers and their production company are the wrong people. It looks like these subcontractors are the ones that are actually negligent. As previously indicated, there is no legally binding contract between the Kings and the Property Brothers Construction Company. I think what the Kings need to do is go after the proper defendant, which is those subcontractors.
So there's something called the Nevada State Contractors Board who reviews some of these disputes. And in our final Exhibit D, Cineflex, one of the production companies, has the statement that said, the Kings rejected our attempts to complete the work. Well, then the Nevada State Contractors Board closed the case, and the punch list of items remained unresolved. It's now before the courts, so we can't comment any further. Quick final word from you, Robert.
well, I think what we're finding out is that just as with Pimp My Ride and other reality shows, all these things are made for TV productions that will leave an individual in a bad situation. So you have to make sure you do your research and you enter into the proper legally binding contract.
It's an exciting thing to get invited to do one of these shows, but yeah, worth the time to take a minute, get some outside counsel to look at that in case you end up in a situation like this. We'll track the case. Robert and Erin, thank you both.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Has woke culture